Loud Esmond here for Winners and Winers, trying to make you a better. Regular season winding down, and I tell you, when you get to the end of a season, things get weird sometimes. End of season betting offers you some advantages and also some disadvantages. You really got to be paying close attention because motivation starts to play a really big role. Some teams are playing for postseason positioning. Many teams have been eliminated mathematically. They've got nothing to play for, right? But some teams are going into the postseason, know exactly what their position is going to be. They've got nothing to play for, right? Well, motivation. Want to is a big part of winning in sports, especially football, because it hurts. Teams that are looking at major changes at the top, a new coach, a manager coming in, new GM, other major structural changes. Look, they made you simply dysfunctional at the end of the season, and you want to stay away from them because they're just not going to play well. On the other hand, an interim coach maybe trying to win those last few games to give him or herself an opportunity to get the long-term job, so they're going to be desperate to win. In some sports, especially baseball, teams that are eliminated, and I believe hockey does this too to an extent, they start bringing up younger players from the minor leagues, get a look at them and see how they're going to be. And then in, really high impact sports like football, they're going to start taking their stars off the field. In fact, a lot of starters off the field because they want them to rest up for the playoffs. And then there's tanking. That is, of course, losing on purpose. This has become something that is kind of wink, wink, nudge, nudge accepted now. It was once unthinkable, but teams do it. Certain teams, take the Philadelphia Eagles, a couple of years ago, made a quarterback change and had sat a bunch of players. And everybody's going, really? Because it was obvious to everyone they were trying to lose. Of course, they said, oh, no. We weren't trying to lose. We really thought this quarterback would give us, whatever. Anyway, you've got teams like the Texans that are desperate for the number one draft pick. You got to look out for that stuff. And this is all things that you have to consider. Now, one of my favorites towards the end of the season is the spoiler game. When you got two teams that really don't like each other, they're heated rivals, like take the Browns and the Steelers, or the Ravens and the Steelers, or the Raiders and the Chiefs. Teams that just don't like each other. If one team's having a down year and the other team has a chance to make the playoffs, and they happen to be playing at the end of the season, believe me, that one team is highly motivated to ruin the season of their heated rival. So even though, quote unquote, they don't have anything to play for because they're eliminated, there may be some really, really highly motivated reasons why they want to knock that team out. Anyway, just a couple of games to take a look at because of this. The Raiders are catching 9.5 now with the Chiefs. And normally you would go, well, the Raiders are eliminated. Why would they put anybody on the field? Just play it safe. Well, guess what? Josh McDaniels is trying to prove to everybody that he was right and everybody else is wrong, and Derek Carr sucks as a quarterback, and his guy is the guy that knows his system and can play. Come on. Everybody knows he tanked Carr's role with the team. Everybody knows he didn't want him as his quarterback. And so all of a sudden, all this play calling is so much better, and there's 350-yard passing game. Well, the guy did throw 3 interceptions and lose the game anyway, but he's going to stick with his stiddy. He's got something to prove. So I like the Raiders plus the 9.5 there. And then, although you got to hold your nose, it's putrid. The Texans play the Colts. The Colts are minus 2.5. Jeff Saturday is desperate for a win. And the Texans want that number one draft pick. Texans going to lose this game. There's no way they are going to take the chance by winning a meaningless game against the Colts that they could possibly lose the number one position in the draft. So there's two for you that I love at the end of the season betting because of the weird motivation that you have. So look out for that. And look out for the premium picks at Winners and Winers. David Delano's been on a crazy streak. Neto has too. And I was pretty good. I went 3-0 NFL last weekend. I've done very well in my NFL primetime games and NFL in general in the past few weeks. You may want to check out my picks as well. But here's a couple for free from Loud Esmond at Winners and Winers, trying to make you a better